Hey there, and welcome to Defining Dad Bod. My name's Alex Van Houten, and I've been in the health and fitness industry for over 13 years, helping people transform their lives, whether it's injury, longevity, overcoming disease, losing weight, or increase your performance. I have a passion for making sure that your exercise, nutrition, and lifestyle all line up with the most modern science in a way that's personalized to you and your body. If you're watching this, that means that you've gotten involved with my 1-week demo. The 1-week demo is a snapshot of how I do things at Defining Dad Bod to help people through their 16 weeks of life transformation. Sure, some goals take longer than 16 weeks. However, I believe that you're not going to make much progress in a way that's sustainable and consistent for you from a lifestyle change perspective unless we work together for at least 16 weeks. So in this 1 week, we've talked for a little bit and I've told you where we're starting in regard to the curriculum for the 16 weeks. I want to make sure that you understand what the underlying science behind these things are and what you get if you decide to continue working with me at Defining Dad Bod. So let's check it out. Remember, we're looking for an exercise, nutrition, and lifestyle change over a 16-week period to transform your life. There's different science that revolves around both the exercise and the nutrition and lifestyle model. So I want to make sure that you understand both of those very well. So in the first 4 weeks of your 16 weeks, from an exercise perspective, we'll be working on what we call the foundations phase. During the foundations phase, we're getting your muscle groups to work well together, and we're conditioning your ligaments and tendons to stave off injury in the future. If you've got little aches and pains and stuff, we're going to be working to strengthen the muscles that are going to help those joints perform well during your cardio and during your more intense workouts later on. Also in the foundations phase, from a cardiovascular perspective, we'll be building up your body's ability to burn fat as a fuel source. In conjunction with the foundations phase, we'll be working on the insulin hormonal system under nutrition and lifestyle. We'll be doing things like cutting down on our sugar intake and increasing our fiber intake to turn us into a fat-burning machine with way less insulin in our bloodstream to help us get that hormone working for us rather than against us. After 4 weeks or so, we'll progress to what we call the endurance phase. In the endurance phase, we'll be targeting your type 1 muscle fibers. To target our type 1 muscle fibers, we'll be using lightweight with relatively high repetitions. We'll be speeding up the actual workouts themselves from the foundations phase. Now that our ligaments and tendons are conditioned, we can start targeting those type 1 muscle fibers and getting our body even better at burning fat as a fuel source and building a foundation of endurance so that later we can work on hypertrophy and athleticism. From a nutrition and lifestyle perspective, during those 4 weeks, we'll be working on cortisol. We'll be setting a bedtime. We'll start incorporate meditation into our workout program, and I'll have some supplements that I want you to start taking. Not because I'm a supplement junkie, but because I want you to feel your body for recovery. If you've been a stressed out person running from mountain lions, figuratively speaking, in your day-to-day, then you've burned the candle at both ends, and our job during this phase is to rebuild that wax so your other hormonal systems have some ground to stand on, like testosterone and thyroid hormone in the later stages of the program. After the endurance phase, we're going to move to the hypertrophy phase. Say it with me. Hyper means over. Trophy, growth. Hypertrophy. Hypertrophy. That's the overgrowth of the cross-sectional area of your muscle tissue. Or, in layman's terms, we're going to make your muscles bigger, man. After we've built on the foundation of the foundations phase, ligaments and tendons are nice and strong, we've built up your type 1 muscle fibers. Now we can cash in on that with 3 to 5 sets of 8 to 12 repetitions. You can call this the normal bodybuilder routine to get some of that pump on, type 1 and type 2 muscle fibers increasing in size. And during this time, we'll work on getting your testosterone and estrogen system working for you rather than against you. We're going to incorporate compound movements. We're going to make sure that we're not consuming too much alcohol. And the foundation of having built on insulin and cortisol is going to make sure that we get a nice testosterone and growth hormone boost to fuel that muscle growth. After that 4 weeks, we've gotten to 12 weeks by now, the 16-week mark is going to find us at the athleticism phase. So we're going to be working on type 2 muscle fiber production, which is in the power and strength phases. We'll be lifting heavy weights. We'll be doing some jumping. We're going to do some things that make you feel like an athlete. We're going to elevate your performance and conditioning and really cash in on the foundation that we've built through the other 3 phases. On the nutrition and lifestyle side, we're going to get pretty strict with eliminating toxins from our world. We're also going to consume some probiotics to help get our thyroid, transferring our T4 to T3 at the tract of the small intestine. And that's going to be a really powerful phase because we're going to see all of these things come together and see the most significant decrease in body fat and the most significant increase in muscle tissue. After that, we're looking at having completed 16 weeks together, and we can decide where best it is to go from there. Perhaps we need to repeat the cycles, but with more advanced exercises and some more level-headed nutrition and lifestyle advice that will help us to maintain consistently the changes that we've created. Or maybe we'll decide that it's time to come back to the endurance phase, to train for that marathon you've always wanted to do, or the hypertrophy phase, to really add some mass to the shoulders and back, if that's what you're interested in doing. We can go anywhere from there, but the point is, it's going to take 16 weeks to transform you completely, and this demo is just a small snapshot looking at what that system actually looks like. If you decide to work with me as your life transformation strategist, this is what you get. You get your macro planning. I will base that on your current lean body mass and your carb tolerance as we've found thus far. You'll find out grams of protein, grams of carbohydrates, and grams of fat that you need to be consuming. Additionally, I'll provide you with some meal plans. Not because I strictly want you to eat only what I tell you to eat. I'm not qualified to do that, first of all. And second of all, I don't believe that's maintainable. But the meal plans are there to give you an idea of what an ideal week looks like and some ideas around recipes that you could be consuming to help you get your veggies in and to make sure that you have a higher protein, lower processed carbohydrate diet. Similarly, the meal plans are also going to help you from a grocery list perspective, since your meal plans have the meal plan, the recipes, and the grocery list. You'll also receive unlimited access to me via text and email. Now, I do have a family, which means that every 6 hours or so is my guaranteed ability to respond to you, though most of my clients will report that I do it much faster than that. Unless you're a night owl, I sleep till at least 5 a.m., so give me until then. You also have access to touch-base calls. These are 15-minute calls that you can schedule yourself. You'll have the link to my calendar, and as you need it, we can connect via phone or via camera, just like this, so we can talk about what some obstacles might be in your program currently and move on from there. You'll also get your personalized workouts emailed to you every single morning. So even if it's a rest day, I'll have an encouraging quote for you and then make sure that you get your 10,000 steps. And then on the other days when you have full workouts, you'll see that email in the morning. You'll know exactly what it is that I need you to do, and you can go get it done while communicating with me how everything went. I really appreciate you giving my demo a shot. If you have any questions, comments, or concerns, you know where to reach me by now, I'm sure. And I'm really excited for you to get some amazing results. And if you decide to work with me, I'll be honored to be a part of your journey and support your life transformation. This has been Alex Van Houten with Defining Dad Bod. Until we talk next time, kick butt, take names.